Grand Rising, everyone. It's Shay Seeking, and I'm back. I just wanted to do like a brief little video real quick because I don't know. I'm trying to, see how to incorporate, what I'm saying? And maybe I'm just, like I said, I was supposed to be, you know, um, I'm thinking, I like to keep everything compact. Like over the years, I've had like different like stores on Etsy, and, I just like to, right now I'm trying to like narrow things down. And I know it's not like a good look to have everything like randomly on your platform to keep like certain things separate. But I mean, this has something to do with something that we talk about on this platform. So I think it's safe for now. But yeah, I think I'm getting more like triggered to speak on things, not when I'm just like irritated, but like even when I'm just like thinking about something like deeply, right? So I saw this post or whatever, and it was like, it says something about like your soulmate is going, I think it was like your soulmate is going back to their ex. And I know like it's just was a random, they weren't talking to anybody specifically or whatever. But I was thinking about just like how it must feel when it comes to things like that. See, because I don't know, for me, I'm just like a really like tangible person. Like I'm really realistic. You know what I'm saying? I'm really, I may be a somewhat skeptical, what I'm saying, on where I go and, who I spend my time with and where my energy goes and how much time on them, how much time I'm gonna spend on chasing something that seems to not be there. It's almost like a never ending story. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? I don't like, again, what was I just thinking about that movie called in the 80s? Like Flight of the Navigator. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like sometimes it's like struggle with navigation, right? I think it's strange because, something in my energy tells me like, what I'm saying? I'm really good with like, stories or remembering certain things, or like, excuse me, that was a yawn. Or like somewhat telling a story, like, what I'm saying, as I see it kind of like playing out, in my mental or whatnot. I'm really good with like creativity, imagination. I don't know, because maybe because I don't like to play that much. I think it's because I don't like to play no games. You know what I'm saying? I think that's just it. I feel like I just don't like play. I don't know. And I think that, what did it? What did it? Because I could play games. I could even be like somebody that you can possibly string along for a very long time up until this year. Like, really. Like, I think whatever, again, this year during my ascension was like, it was just like, it just dragged me, right? But you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I feel like I'm very appreciative, I feel, of like the whole entire experience. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I would take back is like, I don't know. Like, I was just thinking today, like, would you take back any part of it when it comes to like, me not even knowing really anything about, you know what I'm saying? Knowing that something was going on. There was some kind of connection there, something I couldn't explain. You know what I'm saying? I had to research. I didn't even know what, I want to say probably for the past 4 to 6 months, right? About 6 months, I think I started to say, okay, maybe this is some kind of twin flame or so. That's when I figured out those names for it, right? And then I think that, probably about the past 4 months, 3 months or so, is when I ran into the certain community, right? And then I said, okay, okay, well, it says vibes here. This is somebody's post from Instagram that I'm using. Um, But I'm like, okay, these vibes are the same things with like what I'm experiencing here. So again, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like again, that brought another part of like a connection with the soul tribe, and then not being naive, but not being aware. You know what I'm saying? For like the first couple of weeks, feeling it out, and just really balancing out as to like, okay, who's legit and who's not. Okay, I see this, I see that. You know what I'm saying? To like picking like, you know what I'm saying? How I think when we all like with crafts and stuff like that, I was watching all kind of craft channels and stuff like that. And then, you know what I'm saying? I end up liking like one or two channels that I, like to chill, listening to while I was like creating or whatever, sometimes like the same thing. But then again, really, when it came to that, I think I was more like, watching random things. Like if I wanted to know how to make something specifically, I went to find that specifically. It really didn't matter whose channel it was, right? So I don't know. I was just thinking about this whole thing, and I'm just like, dude, like, like being a smart aleck for a second there, I would think the whole thing, but I can't say that. I would say that I think the whole thing, like with the whole love bombing and breadcrumbing, if it's not going to be nothing, then it ain't going to be nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like that is the part that I feel like, I wish that I can like, because I think it really tapped in and it, changed a lot of things in my life. But for somebody like me, I like to use like experiences that actually happen that I can actually talk about to explain these things to other people that may struggle. Because again, for me, it feels like for me, and I don't know if any of you guys can, have had to deal with this or can sense this or feel this way. But it just seems like something like this. And when it comes to new things, for some reason, because I like to do things, I don't know, I like to be the sole something of what I do, right? Now, I'm not going to, what I'm saying that I haven't picked up like a knack for something or, so like most of the time I'm thinking something and then I go somewhere and I confirm it, or I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like with like a Bobby Hammond or something like that. Like I had this certain mindset and then it was kind of like, ooh, this is somebody very advanced, you know what I'm saying? But this is kind of like what I'm seeing here or whatever. Like I can really, dig what he's talking about like 99% of the time. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's somebody I would call like a soul sibling. I mean, they don't have to look at me that way, but it's just the way that I look at people that I like really click with and vibe with like that. Where like, dude, we will be talking for like days straight. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of energy. So, I don't know. I feel like, like I said, I feel like sometimes when it comes to this whole thing with these connections and stuff like that, like there's something like, it's like at first I felt like it was just so like, I don't know, it's kind of like melting, like, I don't know, like wax kind of melting into each other. It was just like overpowering and overwhelming. Do you get my drift? Right? But I think like um, whatever that shift that I felt like around the 31st or whatever with that whole, thing. I think that everything changed. And then it's almost like when you're left, it's like when you're thrown into this like abyss, like almost like how this person is ascending up into this like abyss, into the unknown. It's not even the unknown that I'm afraid of. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, usually like when you're, you know what I'm saying, going back and forth with, someone, like I'm more of a tangible in your face, like, cause I'm just cool like that. I'm just like genuine like that. So I like to do things in real, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's hard for me to continuously for a very long time, like grasp onto this something that's, so I think that is probably like, again, something that I, had to learn and like, I feel struggle with throughout this whole thing. And it's like it's a never ending story. It's like, okay, so like is there something to this, or like am I just, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like a lot of it for me was a distraction to keep me off of my path. But I feel like something magical happened there, right? And I feel like it changed my life like forever. Like I cannot just never just I'm gonna bit well, I bit my lip a little bit. I can never like, it's something I will never, ever, ever, ever in my life forget the experience and how it felt. And even when I felt like, okay, well, dang, you was wrong. Like this wasn't even all like that, what you thought it was in the beginning. It's cool that you did think that, but you know what I'm saying? You was probably seeing it wrong. And actually, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like for me, I have to bump my head like a couple times to get that because I'm always giving like the benefit of the doubt, right? So it's just like, well, that didn't really mean that or whatever until like some, I feel like, it's like hitting smack dab in that, and I guess it is like a little bit of naivety or being somewhat just believing that like, I don't know. But I've learned my lesson, you know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about like previous, like to this time now, where it's just like, because I can also just be no nonsense. You know what I'm saying? I just got my swords out and it's just like no nonsense, ain't it? You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I don't know. I just thought that like, I just wanted to talk about that. Because sometimes I feel, I do get frustrated and I think that, I don't know, maybe I'm the only one. Maybe I'm about to just start talking about this and I don't know. That feels like I just don't get it then. You know what I'm saying? I just don't get it then. So I just don't know. Like, so again, so I feel like when it came to my spirit guides and stuff like that, that was just natural to me. Hold on. No, you do it. Matter of fact, I think it's one on the countertop there. It should be two of them that was right there on the countertop. Yes. I thought it was. See, I done lost my train of thought. Yeah, so again, it can be kind of difficult to me. And like I said, and it feels like also like I feel like, well, dang, you know what I'm saying? There must be something that I'm missing. But like I said, everything in my life, like I've just had to do without, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like I'm just that person that just gets thrown into the mix. Just go get the one out of the room in there that you had and rinse it out. And I think this time right here, I can usually figure it out, but this time, yes. Okay. But this time I think it just frustrated me a lot because this was just something that, I experienced like on a whole different level. And maybe even, right? I was thinking about like visions and stuff like that and strange things that happened around me and stuff like that being young. I think it kind of brought me back to some kind of place being like 9 years old and under, like anywhere between like 5 and 9. You know what I'm saying? And some of the phenomenons that happened like around me. Things were very powerful and potent back then with things, right? When it comes to these gifts or whatever. And then somewhere probably around, I think like 9 years old, it felt like something happened and I didn't have that. But I've always been really good at just reading people and, things like that. And like picking up on different people's personalities, mannerisms, and, things like that. So I feel like, Source was real crafty with this because I'm really good with reading people. So again, me meeting someone off the rip, you know what I'm saying? I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the best way for someone, and maybe this again could help someone, the best way to prior to now, really get me like in a tantalizing kind of energy, right? Is with things that have to do with the mind. I don't know. I think I'm just like somewhat fascinated with it, right? You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I don't know. It was like having a field day on figuring out this and, even wondering what people around me that are watching me or experience this thing, whatever this was, you know what I'm saying? Whether it was a mental attack, whether it was, something that was just natural and beautiful, something that was just like, all source, and the ancestors, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I just keep it real and compartmentalize it that way because I do think that all those different aspects were included in what happened to me. I don't know about anyone else, but what happened to me. So I don't know. So again, but I do think that writing in journals, just quick things here and there as to how I'm feeling and stuff, I do feel like that kind of helps me out, I don't know. I think that really does help soothe me sometimes. But yeah, I think I do. I get frustrated because I feel like I said that already. Or why, you know what I'm saying? Like that, you know what I'm saying? Like it's never getting anywhere. So at this point in time, I'm just like, okay. All right. So now I see, I just can't even just play with that no more. And I think Source is just showing me just like, I know it's scary or whatever, but don't look back. But I'm just like, oh, I just got to look back at one thing, but, but it's just like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I do feel like I said, a certain energy, like I said. of certain things that come in and threaten to come out, like throughout this process is what we're talking about. Like this whole year and a half or whatever it's been. There was times when something, like I said, I can feel energy shifts or someone's energy come in, and then same way, as quick as they came in, you know what I'm saying, just for like advice or something, like that. I feel like, I'm seeing it a little bit differently. Then, like I said, like right back out or whatever. And I'm just like, I think it was just like hard for me to get used to it because I felt like it was always there all the time. You know what I'm saying? From, for probably like, damn. And when I look back, I'm like, I had to ask myself today, where did the year go? Where did the year go? Like, I'm still saying a year, and I'm noticing that this has been like a year and a half. Like, where did the time go? You're not going to get that back. So again, like I said, it's just, like I said, I feel like it's just me moving forward and just saying, oh, okay, I've learned all those things. You know what I'm saying? I'm even going to take some of them things and pack them in my backpack with me and just keep on moving,